What's up YouTube, Breakup Brad here, and in this video I'll be sharing 7 proven effective tips that will help you get your ex back as quickly and easily as possible. Now some of these tactics I'll be sharing are brand new, some of them are a bit devious, and all of them can and do actually work. So if you want a second chance with your ex, keep watching. Tip number 1, hide your emotions from your ex. Now, as callous as it sounds to say this, the truth is there's nothing attractive about somebody who's heartbroken and emotionally distraught. The more your ex sees you struggling to deal with the breakup and the emotions that come with it, the more you'll confirm that they've made the right decision by breaking up. Now, I'm not saying that you can't or shouldn't feel depressed or heartbroken. You know, those feelings are only natural after a breakup, and you obviously can't completely control those emotions. But what you can do is hide them from your ex. You know, put on a happy face and try your best to make it look like to those around you like you're quickly recovering from the breakup and you're moving on to bigger and better things. Another benefit to keeping your emotions hidden from your ex is that it upends their expectations. It's the opposite to what they're expecting after the breakup. You know, they expect you to be desperate, heartbroken, emotional. They don't expect you to see you, quickly get back on your feet and start thriving again. And this will make your ex question how and why you've gotten over the breakup so quickly and second guess whether they've made a mistake in letting you go. Tip number 2, use reverse psychology on your ex. Now, using reverse psychology on your ex can prove very useful. However, as with a number of the tips that I'll share in this video, you do have to proceed with caution and make sure you're using this advice properly and at the right time. But if you do use this tactic correctly, it can have a very powerful effect. So for example, you could say something along the lines of, you know what? I think it's a good thing that we broke up. I think we really needed this time apart. Or you could say something like, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but breaking up has been the catalyst that I needed to make some real positive changes in my life. I think I'm going to see it as a good thing in the long run. And something subtle like these messages can send a very sneaky message to your ex that you've moved on and force your ex to constantly wonder why your feelings have changed so dramatically. Sometimes giving your ex this sense of loss can be enough to kick them back into gear and force them to start chasing you again. Again, I do have to caution you that you need to use this properly. So if you're unsure about your current situation, please consider signing up for my one-on-one coaching program to get my personal ongoing advice. You can see my current availability and get all the details at breakupbrad.com/coaching. I promise coaching is way more affordable than you might think, so just go to breakupbrad.com right after this video so we can get started on improving your situation and get your ex back into your arms. Tip number 3, trust the power of no contact. Now, you didn't really think that I could go an entire video without mentioning no contact, did you? I mean, this video is called 7 proven tips to get your ex back, and really there's no strategy that's been tried and tested more thoroughly than the no contact method. I've been teaching this technique for over 13 years now, and it's worked for literally tens of thousands of my past clients, allowing many of them to get a second chance with their ex. So if you want to become another success story and get your ex back too, do not underestimate the importance and the effectiveness of a period of no contact. Now you can learn more about no contact in many of my other past videos. I'll link to a couple of them in the description below. But for the sake of this video, I just want to stress how important no contact is to changing your ex's mind about breaking up and getting them to give your relationship another shot. Now, I typically recommend around 30 days of no contact, although that can change slightly depending on the details of your breakup. But even if you only apply no contact for a couple of weeks, it's better than nothing, and it's almost guaranteed to improve your odds and make your ex more likely to take you back. Now, if you want to know where you stand with your ex right now, whether there's still any chance of getting them back, take my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz right after this video. It just takes 3 or 4 minutes. You fill out some simple questions, and then you'll get a score showing how likely it is that your ex will take you back. Again, go to breakupbrad.com/quiz to try that out for free. Tip number 4, use the law of pre-selection to your advantage. So I've talked about the concept of pre-selection a few times in my past videos, but it's an important psychological trick that often works extremely well. And by the way, this actually works if you're single and if you're looking for a potential partner as well. So in the event that you don't want your ex back, this tip is still going to work. In essence, the law of pre-selection states that the more a person is highly sought after by the opposite sex, the more desirable they become to them. It's basically a positive feedback loop. So the more people that are attracted to you, the more others will find you attractive, and so on. And your ex is no exception. Maybe you've observed this phenomenon in your life. Maybe a bunch of your friends had a crush on this one guy or girl at your work, and even though they might not be your type, the fact that your friends are clamoring over this person makes them seem a bit more appealing, right? And there's a multitude of ways to showcase pre-selection, but one of the best ways is just through word of mouth. So for example, you can think about a very chatty and gossipy mutual friend that you share with your ex, and ask him or her out for coffee just to catch up. And then you want to come up with a story about how, there are two girls or guys that are just constantly chasing you and keep asking you out. But, come up with an entertaining story so that it's totally memorable. And you're banking on the fact that this chatty friend is going to blab to your ex about all the gossip they just heard. And once your ex gets wind of how highly sought after you are, they're going to be second questioning their decision to break up with you. Now, does all this sound a little abstract and unrealistic? Well, I do get that, but remember that this happens on a subconscious level for your ex. They won't even realize that they've fallen for the pre-selection bias, but they almost certainly will be as affected by it, and they're going to see you as more attractive as a result. Tip number 5, always be positive around your ex. Now, we already talked about the importance of hiding your emotions in tip number 1 earlier. And as you'll recall, I said that outwardly exhibiting negative emotions and heartache is a bad idea, especially if your ex sees it. But to take this even further, you can actually help your ex change their perception of you as a romantic partner by just generally being an overtly positive person. I mean, it's no secret that humans are genetically hardwired to prefer the company of positive people. Those who are often bad-mouthing others, always complaining about things, or always being in a bad mood, those kinds of people are just not very enjoyable to be around. And when it comes to your ex, it's the same story. He or she will want to be around you more if you're positive, if you're upbeat, happy, and just generally friendlier and more fun. Now, you can obviously show your positivity and upbeat approach to life when you do see your ex in person, but I recommend just generally being a positive person overall, in all aspects of your life. And this is especially true on social media and anytime you're with mutual friends who you share in common with your ex. Make an effort to be fun, upbeat, and positive, and your ex will eventually notice and be more attracted to you and more keen on spending time with you. Tip number 6, learn to say no and refuse your ex. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to get their ex back is that they become far too agreeable. They'll roll over and do whatever their ex asks of them, no matter the circumstance. And on the surface, I get it, this makes sense. But in reality, this is low social value behavior, and it will only push your ex further and further away. So instead, don't be a pushover. Learn to say no to your ex from time to time. By doing so, you'll show your ex that you're independent and that you have a backbone. And people are scientifically attracted to these characteristics, so once your ex sees that you're sticking up for what you want, you'll become a lot more attractive to him or her. So don't be surprised if your ex begins, texting you more and wanting to spend more time with you. And really, this doesn't have to be complicated or difficult. It can be as simple as, occasionally letting your ex's call go to voicemail, or declining an invite to do something because, you've already got plans. Just remember to, not be too much of a pushover and have the confidence to show your self-worth and occasionally say no to your ex. Tip number 7, leverage the power of FOMO. Now, you all know about FOMO by now. It's the fear of missing out, the kind of thing that we all feel when we see some of our friends posting about something awesome that they're doing on Instagram. You see your friends going sailing in Greece without you, and you can't help but wish you were there, and you feel like you're missing out, right? Well, you can induce this sort of feeling inside your ex's mind pretty easily. All you have to do is showcase to the world that you're living the best life possible. And you can do this by, just showing off pictures on your Instagram, your Facebook, or Snapchat. And honestly, you don't have to book a sailing trip to Greece either. You can just show some videos or pictures from a fun hike you did or a weekend camping trip you did with a few friends. And once your ex sees how much fun you're having, you're going to induce a lot of subconscious FOMO inside his or her mind. And it'll only be a matter of time before they start messaging you and asking you to hang out again to ensure that they don't miss out on, whatever other awesome stuff that you have planned. All right, that is 7 proven tips to help you get your ex back. Maybe not all of them are going to be appropriate or helpful for your specific situation, but I guarantee you that employing at least a few of these tactics will increase your chances of getting them back before it's too late. And remember, if you want my personal help with your unique or unusual situation, you can go to breakupbrad.com/coaching to sign up for my one-on-one ongoing coaching. I'd love to work with you and help you maximize your odds of getting another chance with your ex. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Best of luck out there, guys. I'll see you again soon.